She couldn't look away from her husband. Every move he made, every look on his face, had her hooked. Their marriage had been arranged. No love at the start, but after time together, they'd fallen for each other. Jingzi, Sean's older sister, didn't like Suzu. She caught that lovesick look on Suzu's face. She was annoyed and showed it. Sean called out to Suzu. The two collided. Jingzi picked herself up and stood there giggling. It creeped Suzu out. Back home, Jingzi asked with attitude, "Are you that obsessed with your husband?" Suzu asked. Was it that obvious? Jingzi had no words. She couldn't understand why her brother liked someone this clueless, but the mother-in-law was kind. Seeing them happy made her happy. After thanking her, Suzu headed to the kitchen. That's when Jingzi brought up Sean's ex. On purpose, their mother stepped in before it got worse. Suzu wanted answers, but Jingzi just said, "Pretend you didn't hear anything, just forget it." Those words sent Suzu's mind spinning. She got jealous like anyone else. She started asking around about Sean's ex. Who was she, and why did they never marry? But Yukiko wouldn't say a word. That was before Sean married you. Why does it matter now? Suzu knew she was right, but she couldn't stop thinking about it. One day Suzu knocked over the sugar jar. Sugar was hard to come by back then. Suzu had no idea what to do. If Jingzi found out, there'd be hell to pay. So her mother-in-law pulled out her own savings, replaced the sugar and keep it between them. Suzu went to the market. Sugar was 20 yen a pound. She was speechless. She only had 25 yen total. The vendor said the price would only go up. Suzu gritted her teeth and bought a pound. On the way home, she got worked up. She muttered to herself the whole way. She took a wrong turn without realizing it. The unfamiliar streets made her panic. She asked people for directions. Nobody could help. Then a woman came up to her. She saw Suzu drawing on the roadside and asked if everything was okay. Suzu said she was lost and gave her address. The woman pointed her in the right direction. Suzu thanked her repeatedly. Just as Suzu was leaving, the woman asked for a drawing. Suzu drew her a watermelon. Then the woman asked for an ice cream cone. Suzu looked blank. She'd never even heard the word. The woman said it was sweet and cold. It melted the moment it touched your tongue. The way she talked made Suzu curious. Just then, a coworker called the woman inside. Suzu handed over the drawing and said she'd bring an ice cream one next time. The woman said, "Don't bother. You know what kind of place this is. Don't come around here." Suzu nodded quietly. The woman noticed the name on Suzu's clothes. Suzu said her name was Rei Hojo, just married into the neighborhood. Something shifted in the woman's expression. She told Suzu to go home and not come back. What Suzu didn't know was this woman was Sean's ex. They'd almost gotten married, but her profession wasn't acceptable to his family. So Sean married Suzu instead. Back home, Suzu asked what ice cream was. Jingzi mocked her for not knowing, but her mother-in-law had tried it before. It was wonderful. That evening, Sean found Suzu's drawing. He could tell she'd never seen ice cream. He asked what made her draw it. Suzu told him the whole story. Later that night, Sean watched his wife staring at the drawing. He already knew what he was going to do. A man is waiting for his wife. When he looks up and sees his ex, she recognizes him too. Eyes full of love and regret. Two people who once meant everything, now strangers in all but memory. Just then his wife Suzu arrives, watching the two of them together. The woman's heart sinks. Sean tells Suzu the documents were just an excuse. He just wanted to get her out for a break. Suzu is deeply touched. He takes her to a restaurant, orders her a hot bowl of noodles, then has his chef friend make her ice cream. The moment it hits her tongue, the cool sweetness lights her up. This is the happiest she's felt in ages. But Suzu's life is far from easy. Ever since she married into the family, her days were nothing but chores. By day's end she was worn out. Yet she never complained. Just before she left today, her sister-in-law Jingzi stopped her. "You can't go out looking like that." She sat Suzu down and did her makeup. "Don't embarrass your husband." Suzu thanked her and rushed off. But things quickly change. The village rations keep shrinking. Life gets harder by the day. Suzu gets creative to stretch their food. She forages dandelions from the fields, separating roots from leaves to make two dishes. She toasts their small stash of brown rice, soaks it in triple the water and cooks it slow, rough and bitter as it is. At least no one goes hungry. One afternoon while Suzu is sketching, a man appears and snatches her drawing. "Why are you drawing the harbor? You're a spy." She tries to explain but he won't listen. He drags her home like a criminal. Suzu is terrified, apologizing over and over. The misunderstanding clears and the man leaves. Her mother-in-law and sister-in-law are stunned. The whole thing was absurd, but the shock is too much. Suzu collapses. When she comes to, she apologizes to Sean for causing trouble. He gently asks if she's okay. Then her father-in-law speaks up. Could she be pregnant? Everyone freezes. Only Jingzi gives a bitter smile. All the housework will fall on her now. Her face says it all. The in-laws are thrilled. Next morning Jingzi takes over Suzu's chores. She doesn't say much, but her attitude makes it clear. She's not happy about it. At the hospital Suzu learns she's not pregnant, just malnourished. She's crushed. On the way home she runs into Jingzi. Jingzi hears the news. She immediately quits helping. Suzu carries the buckets herself. She's too weak. She stumbles. Water spills everywhere. Jingzi scolds her sharply. At dinner Jingzi tells Suzu to look more lively. or people will think I'm bullying you. Suzu just smiles and says nothing. Then Jingzi's son Qiufu shows up. He's decided to stay with his grandparents. Jingzi is devastated. Next morning he leaves. She watches him go, then runs after him to take him to the station. When she gets back, she tells Suzu she's going to find work. Can you look after my daughter? That's when the girl speaks up. Doesn't anyone want me? Everyone only fights over my brother. Don't I matter? Jingzi is gutted. She pulls the girl close. In broken homes and messy families, it's always the kids who hurt the most. Watching this, Suzu feels it deep. Everyone's carrying something they never talk about. The woman overhears neighbors talking. They say the mother-in-law's daughter-in-law is great. Good thing Sean didn't marry that prostitute. Suzu's expression shifts from joy to worry. She thinks back to her last hospital visit. She stopped by to see another woman. The two share the same name. They hit it off immediately. The woman showed Suzu letters from her ex. She said the man worked in writing. The memories flood back. These coincidences leave Suzu unsettled. She's distracted cleaning the storage room. Then she discovers a brand new bowl. She's both thrilled and confused. After Jingzi gets home from work, she holds up the bowl and asks, "Isn't this part of your dowry?" Jingzi's cold response embarrasses Suzu. She doesn't understand why Jingzi dislikes her. Ever since Jingzi started working, she's been helping with Jingzi's child. That evening, Suzu quietly asks her husband about the bowl. Sean looks uncomfortable. He says he bought it for his ex-fiancée. Suzu asks if she can use it. Sean says of course, but given its sentimental value, Suzu decides to put it away. The next day, while chopping firewood, she's singing happily at first. Then something comes to mind. Flashes from the past click into place. She rushes back home, opens a cabinet and searches through it. She finds a notebook with half a page torn out. Suzu finally realizes the woman who almost married her husband is the same Suzu she connected with. She's instantly overwhelmed. After pulling herself together, Suzu starts making dinner. The drying radish isn't ready yet. The rice container is empty. She'll make do with mixed grain flour. At dinner, Suzu wants to ask her husband several times, but she holds back. Then her mother-in-law says, "A substitute just doesn't cut it. You make do with what you've got." The word substitute makes Suzu think of herself. Her mood sinks. At bedtime, when her husband tries to get intimate, Suzu pulls away. The word substitute keeps echoing in her mind. Winter arrives. One day Jay shows up to see her. He's her childhood friend. They grew up together. They once had feelings for each other. Seeing Jay suddenly appear, Suzu can hardly believe her eyes. He follows her back to the house. Jay tells Suzu's in-laws he happened to be passing through, so he thought he'd drop by. He hopes he can stay the night. Seeing this young man so friendly, and with rice and rare canned goods, her mother-in-law agrees. When Sean gets home from work, he greets Jay politely, but Suzu looks nervous. While making dinner, watching Suzu space out, Jingzi's expression is strange. At dinner, Jay keeps going on about their childhood memories. Suzu listens in fear, terrified Jay might say the wrong thing. Then Jay suddenly changes the subject. He says if Suzu isn't happy here, he'll take her away. The comment embarrasses Sean, but before he can object, Jay's explanation sounds reasonable. Suzu calms down. The tension eases. After dinner, Suzu heats water for Jay's bath. Jay starts singing a song from their childhood. Suzu hears it and joins in. Her heart starts to stir. Before bed, Jay tells Sean this might be the last time he sees Suzu, because he could die at any moment. Hearing this, Sean thinks for a long time, then makes a confusing decision. He sends Suzu out of the room and locks the door. Suzu realizes what her husband means. She goes to Jay's room. Jay pulls a feather from his bag and gives it to Suzu. Suzu uses the feather to draw. As they move closer together, the mood becomes intimate.